Vortex here, and I'm back with a true wireless review. This is a kind of a more premium model from the brand TOZO. As you can see, LDAC, and they use Bluetooth 5.3. And yet, as usual, the full disclaimers. I'd like to thank Sound Jedi for loaning me this unit, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And these are, again, more of a premium set. They use a 12mm dynamic driver and a Knowles balanced armature, so it's a hybrid model. Again, they use LDAC, as you can see, and Bluetooth 5.3. And you can see just the specs there. So Bluetooth 5.3 IPX6, 32-hour battery life. The case is quite nice. I'll show you how it displays that, because it's got LED display. And yeah, let's just get into it. I've partially opened it to save a bit of time. You've got the user manual and the quick guide. They were both in here. Designed by TOZO in California. Obviously the earbuds was in there. Let's quickly show you the case. Supports wireless charging. Unfortunately, I don't have a charger to test. So TOZO, wireless charging. I like that. And that's, you use that for pairing and resetting, but I like it gives you the battery life. When you take them out, you know, it does flash, and when you put them back in, quite good. I like that. So a bunch of different tips. It does come with two already fitted. They are oval shaped, so bear that in mind. And here will be the charge cable. Again, everything is USB-A to Type-C. Pretty normal. And yeah, just inside the top case, there's a bit of foam padding. So that's pretty much it. So in the next clip, I'm going to do a microphone test. Then the clip after that, I'm going to run through the app quickly. And then it's on to the review. This is just a microphone test of the TOZO Golden X1. I am using them connected to my PC, and I'm speaking at a normal volume, and I'm using them both in stereo. Yeah, and this is just what it sounds like in a quiet room. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So guys, this is just the actual app. So TOZO Golden X1, you can see them there. Battery life is there as well. The only issue I ever had, when you install the app, sometimes it doesn't show the device, so you have to find it manually. But apart from that, it seems fine. So you can see this is the main page. There is a hearing test facility. I did not try that yet. This is just, I wanted to show you out of the box. You can see at the top, ear print. Then it's got active noise cancellation. You can do this manually, obviously on the earbuds or ear themselves. Leisure mode, custom pattern. You can click that. So you can change things like that, but I'm just doing everything out of the box. Yeah, so products, obviously different products. Explore, guess different type of sounds. Login if you want to log in. This is just without no account. So sound effects, there is some sort of EQ. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 10 bands. So plus or minus 5 dB. With the cog at the top corner. Touch control, OTA update. There was an update. There's been one update to version 3.1.1. Touch controls there, left, right. You can restore normal ones. That's it, between left and right. Over the air update. Nothing there. It does come up saying what you need. User guide. You have to wait for it to load. If you get stuck, it's all there. It's very straightforward. And to add another device, so go back to the main page. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Now, as you just saw, the microphone test, I think the mic sounds pretty good. And the app has enough functionality. So it's up to you if you want to play around with it. I only use kind of default settings. So yeah, app's alright, apart from what I mentioned about it not finding it straight away. But it might help just deleting the app and put it on fresh. Something like that. So yeah, anyway, on to the review of the X1, the Golden X1. Straight on to battery life. So it says it's up to 8 hours and 32 hours can kind of complete. I'd say that's fairly accurate, so bear in mind. Obviously LDAC normally canes battery life, so that's to bear that in mind. Type-C, I didn't try the wireless part either, but again, it works fine. I do like the case, works fine. I like that it's quite unique instead of relying on like lights or whatever. So yeah, this is what they look like. So this is the right unit. You can see it's trying to pair, oval shaped. Just take that off so you can have a look. Really good build quality. A little bit of weight to it, but it's not too bad. And I thought it was pretty secure. So let's get on to fit and comfort. Now, it's not the best I've tried. I think the best goes to, I think, the Sennheisers I've done before and some of the Jabras. But it's up there. Just do make sure you get the right tip to get the most secure fit. But I thought it was actually pretty good. And yes, straight to build quality, very, very good. Again, this is a more of a premium model. And you can tell in its construction how it works. But yeah, it's actually pretty good. So battery life's good. Build quality is good. So signal strength is an R-Link pairing in with this. A Bluetooth pairing is, again, I had no issues at all. So you have to, when you first pair them, you have to leave them in there, then it will pair. If you want to pair to another device, like a separate device, while the unit's in there, you hold the button for 3 seconds and that works. So that's pretty cool. Now, the two modes, well, it says it's got multiple modes, but the actual like active noise cancellation and ambient modes, they both work very good. They're not the best I've heard. I think those go to, again, like Jabra and like Sennheiser Momentum I did, but they are much more expensive than these. I think they do a better job of that. I think these are tuned better for music reproduction, but obviously we'll talk about that when we get to it. And yes, so pick up the left unit this time. There's no real buttons, so obviously that's to charge them there. And that's what they like, quite plain, which I like, just the branding. This doesn't really get in the way here. Obviously, I think because it's slightly close to your mouth, I think it did better microphone quality. You can just see it there. It's pretty cool. So a negative is the touch controls. Now, it's very easy to mistouch and change mode or whatever. That's one thing I don't like, but at least in the app you can mess around with the controls if you want to do that. So that's pretty good. Now, yeah, sound really. So I've already talked about what they like. So I'm going to overlay a graph now. You can see what they look like. Now, probably one of the best tuned sets, I think. You could call it a U shape really, because that's what it looks like. So bass. Now you can see they it looks like it's tuned very, very carefully, like somebody's tuned it from a graph. Maybe there's some DSP going on, I don't know, but bass is, as you can see, quite impactful. Probably if it had a bit more sub bass, it'd be getting onto bass head levels, but I think it's quite good. Also, slight note, when you use the active noise cancellation, it brings up the bass noticeably as well. So with the ANC on, it's probably bass head level, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, good. The DD that they use, I think, is a 12mm, seems solid in its performance. And yeah, and it bleeds in a touch into the lower mids, which I do personally like. And yeah, so mid-range is very clean. There's nothing, you may look a little bit recessed, but I thought it was fine. And yeah, it's very clean. Some people might want more mid-range. Upper mid-range gain is gradual, which is what I do like. And yeah, you can see from the graph it looks pretty cool. It's just there and it works fine. So mid-range into the treble. Now these are, again, on the brighter side. Again, they are U-shaped. Now mine looks a little wonky between, I think, 4 and 5 on the right channel. I didn't really notice that when I did it. My left unit is a bit more flat. But I do graph quite well considering it is a hybrid. Now you can see also, I know these graphs aren't accurate beyond 10k, these couplers, but they do have good extension, as you can see. I didn't expect that. I was expecting it to just fall off, when it gets to 10k, fall off like a cliff, but I don't. So these are tuned very carefully. So I don't think I've seen a true wireless extend like that, which is good. Now, obviously, instruments do sound very clear. It can be a touch bright at times. I noticed it straight away before I even graphed these, because I graphed these just before this video. I've been using these for a few days without even looking at any graph whatsoever, which is a good way to get kind of your the best thoughts about it. So yeah, treble is detailed, it's very clean, it's crisp. The separation is good because they've used a good BA as well. And yeah, on the whole, they are they're quite a good set, really. You just say there's a slight mismatch in the treble, but yeah, they're pretty good. So I think that's all I've got to say, really. Obviously, the IPX6 waterproof as well. Yeah, so I stopped rambling. So conclusion is, do I recommend these? Yes. They are obviously not on the cheap side. Put these back. But they do work very good. Battery life is actually decent, considering they do use LDAC, which normally canes battery life. Obviously Bluetooth 5.3 to help a little bit with the battery life because it's a little bit more efficient. The app's okay. I think it needs a little bit more work, and they may in the future add PEQ, so that'd be quite useful. And yeah, very good tuning. They've used good drivers, very careful tuning in my opinion. I wish the touch controls sometimes was a bit less sensitive, or you could control it a bit more. So when they're not in your ears, the buttons don't do anything, for example. So if you want to put them into your ear, and if you press the button by accident, it doesn't do anything, which is what I'd like on sometimes on other models. Yeah, quite a good set from a brand I personally had never heard of before accepting them for the review. But yeah, quite a good set. Very good extension, battery life's good, tuning is very good, active noise cancellation on the ambient mode is pretty good. It's not the best, but it's more than good enough. I say again, the app probably needs a bit more work, but again, if it's a newer company, work in progress. But from what it's like now, it seems fine. And yeah, I'll probably end it there. If you know anything particular, let me know in the comments. I don't think I've missed anything. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.